Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. This video here is going to be pros and cons of owning bearded dragons. I would have a bearded dragon in this video, but both of my bearded dragons are in Burmation. Tiny has been in Burmation for 2 months, and Pancake just now went into Burmation. So yeah, but I'm gonna have a little pooch with me in this video this time. So yeah, we're going to start with the cons first of owning a bearded dragon, and then we'll go with the pros of owning one. You know that. The cons of owning a bearded dragon or a lizard, basically, they're heavy. They are. They are a lot of work. Bearded dragons can be a lot of work. It just depends on like how you look at it or something like that. So yeah, they can smell like wet dog. If you own a dog, you already know what that smell kind of smells like. But it's not a very strong smell. You do kind of want to give them a bath about every other week or so. It really depends. If your bearded dragon runs through its poop or something like that, then you have to give it a bath instantly. Sometimes if they run through their poop, especially like Pancake, he likes to run through it and smear it all over his glass. So yeah. They can get parasites. Just take them to a vet. That's not on the list, but that's just something they can get. They can get sick, or they can get parasites. Mine have not got sick or parasites at all since I've had them. Bearded dragons, they are very good at hiding their sickness until it's too late. So make sure you bring them to the vet to get checked up. Their food can become costly sometimes. I have to get about 250 crickets large, and it costs about $20 or so. So the crickets are a little bit expensive. The mealworms that I get sometimes, they're around 19 to 17 to 19, sometimes $20. It just really depends. They can become picky eaters. I've heard of some bearded dragons not eating crickets, and crickets is mainly a main thing for them because it's in their diet. But they can feed them superworms, mealworms. I don't know about waxworms, but I know you can feed them superworms, mealworms, hornworms, stuff like that. When you you're complicated, but ow! I just hit my hand against the table. But when you clean up their mess, it's you do have to sanitize their whole entire, well, not really their whole entire tank, but you gotta take all the decor out. And if you're using carpet, you have to take the carpet out, wash it in the washer, or you can wash it in like a bathtub or something like that. To sanitize it, what I do with mine is I just put it in the washer. But all my lizard, well, not all my lizards, just my two bearded dragons, they have carpet. My leopard gecko, she uses newspaper in hers, so that kind of helps too. I just take it out, throw it away, put new ones down. So that comes in handy. blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. But anyways, my bearded dragons, I use carpets. Carpets, for your bearded dragons, you can get them at any pet store, I think. I know mine I got at Feeder Supply, and mine carpet, this. And here's what I have in my bearded dragons tank. Right here goes in my 20 gallon, but my leopard gecko is in. But I don't use this in hers because it's kind of thin. I guess. Well, sort of. It's kind of thick, but now keep it my arm against this. So yeah. But here's what I use for my bearded dragons. I have Tinies in a 75 gallon tank, so it's more longer than it is wider. So I have to have one that is really long for her tank. And Pancake, I gotta have one that's kind of long but wide, because his tank is long and wide at the same time. But them two were the only two I use for carpet. I do not use sand, just because there has been some bearded dragons that have died from using sand from impaction, and the sand sometimes changes their color, so I don't like using sand. Or the substrate, I just like using these, even though when they use the bathroom, you do have to wash it as soon as I use it, but I like using these. It's easy, you just throw in the washer and wash it, so that's kind of comes in handy. If you do throw them in the washer, you do not want no other clothing in there. Just use plain water. In your washing machine, do not use no soaps or nothing in it. And don't give your bearded dragon a bath in soap unless your reptile vet tells you otherwise. Just don't use soap in your lizard's water. So yeah. So and they can become moody. Like they can have an attitude sometimes, like time to time. It just really depends. Pancake, my male bearded dragon, he has bitten me twice. And technically that was not his fault, it was mine. I kind of put my finger near his mouth when he was in food mode, so that was kind of my fault. But he's a good lizard. He's a really good lizard. Some people would say that their body language is hard to read. You just gotta do your research basically to understand of what they are trying to tell you basically. When they're trying to show dominance, they will do something called head bobbing, is when they move their head up and down basically. If they're stressed, their beard underneath their chin basically, I guess, I don't really know, will turn black. Females is a lot more lighter. Males is a lot more darker when they turn their beards black. It just depends, I guess. If you have to take them to a vet, it would depend on, I guess, what you're taking them for. So the vet bill can be a little costly. I don't exactly know how much it will be for a lizard to go to a vet, but I don't really know. So yeah, but you do have to find a vet that deals with reptiles, lizards, snakes, stuff like that. I don't really know any vets that deal with reptiles where I live at, so it's kind of, yeah. So hopefully I don't have to take my lizards to the vet, because I don't have a vet that deals with reptiles where I live at, which I don't think I do. So yeah. And this one, the last one on the cons is kind of on the pros and cons, both sides. A lot of attention. Mine, I give them attention, just enough like get them out of their tanks, let them run around, stuff like that. Which bearded dragons, they get pretty good size. You won't think they will fit underneath of a dishwasher. They can, because I have one of my old teachers that I had. Her bearded dragon got loose, and it took her about 2 weeks to find it, and she found it underneath her dishwasher, so they can fit into very, very tight spaces. So yeah, but that's basically end of the con list. The pros list is they are fun to have as a pet. They don't have no hair, they don't shed, they don't like what a cat or a dog would do. They're fun to play with, especially for younger children. If you're allergic to like dogs, cats, anything with fur, you might want to get a bird or something like that, or a reptile, if you're not scared of snakes or lizards or just reptiles in general. Because I know my mom, she is scared of snakes. She don't like turtles. She's not scared of them, but she just don't like them. I don't know. But they are fun to watch, like in their cages and stuff too. They are always doing something that you wouldn't think they would be able to do. Because Pancake, he's lost his mind. Last week, because he was upside down. Like, he was on his hammock, but he was on the other side of the hammock, upside down. He was just crawling around his hammock. So, I don't know what he was doing. If I go in my bedroom, then he was like, "What? I ain't doing nothing." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So yeah, but you can tame them to be really good. You can target train them, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that might have to take a long time to do. They have close relationships with their owners. I know, because the one lizard I have is nocturnal when she's up at nighttime, and I'm normally in bed before she's up. So it just depends. But and she eats every other day, which she doesn't. Which Leprechaun goes to eat every other day, but mine, I can feed her today, and she probably won't eat until probably Friday. Since today is Tuesday where I live, and if I feed her today, she probably won't eat again until Friday. Because it seems like that she eats a little bit, then she don't eat nothing, then she eats a little bit again. When she goes into shed, she don't care, she eats. So it's kind of like, okay. But both of my bearded dragons right now are in brumation, stuff like that, so yeah, and then normally sleep for about 3 months or so, somewhere in there, I don't really know. But they don't make no noises, which bearded dragons don't. All you might hear is scratching at their tank, but that's just either if they are getting ready to go on a brumation, if it's wintertime, but if it's summertime, then they just want out. They're great with families, good starter pets, and they're tame. when you first get started with like a bearded dragon, I know it cost me around $400 just for Tiny when I first got her. So yeah, it can be pricey to get started, but as soon as you get started, it will like work out in the end. Because I know you have to buy like you have to get the lizard, the tank, the decor, the lightings, the bulbs, everything, and that cost me like $400. So yeah. But then after they get around, say 5 months, after they get their 20-gallon tank, after they get like starting to get bigger and that 20 gallons getting smaller, then you want to upgrade to a bigger tank where they have enough room to move around and stuff like that. Some people will prefer them having heat mats, which bearded dragons rather have a heat bulb because they like to go up higher instead of lower. The only time they will go like down off their heat is either to get UVV, eat, or brumation. So it just really depends. My bearded dragons, they like to stay up high unless they are getting bored on their heat, so they just come down, move around, stuff like that. It just really depends. So yeah. If y'all have like any questions about Pancake or Tiny or Lucy, my leopard gecko, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I have done a couple videos on a video camera, but I'm having like, I can't really figure out how to get them off my camera onto YouTube, so that's gonna be a work in progress. So yeah. But for right now, I am just doing videos on my phone until I get that sorted out, until I get them onto stuff like that, on YouTube. YouTube. But if y'all have any questions on my lizards or something like that, let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or made this video, or found this video helpful, let me know. Just give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn that bell notification on so you never miss any of my future or upcoming videos. Thank y'all guys so much for watching, and I will probably be posting another one tomorrow, maybe. It depends on my schedule. But thank you all guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one.